Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
I'm Shane.
We're back with the Book of Boba Fett season finale.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I mean, the last two episodes have been some of the best live-action Disney Plus series for me.
They've been very Mando-centric.
They're very Mando-centric, but Mando is obviously connected to Boba Fett in a lot of ways. Or connected to the Mandalorians in a lot of ways. The last episode specifically, the big things for me, obviously, Luke training Grogu on that planet that we see him in the future. Ahsoka showing up, Luke being torn on what to do. The deepfake being like 25 times better than it was in the finale of The Mandalorian. And also, one of my favorite characters that you've gotten to know in the Clone Wars showing up, Cad Bane.
Oh, yes.
Was it Freetown?
In Freetown with Cobb Vanth. He had the high noon showdown between the two. It was a little more like the good, the bad, and the ugly because you had three persons.
Okay.
I think Once Upon a Time in the West had four. But
I read this thing the other day that when they had him in mind, it was obviously Clint Eastwood, but they also had Angel Eyes in mind.
yeah, it's Lee Van Cleef,
Okay.
who Revolver Ocelot was based off of.
It's great to have cool things that we like based off of the
Lee Van
Western.
Cleef's fucking amazing, and he was also in Escape from New York and those movies.
I haven't seen any of those actually, but yeah.
But-
But anyways, yeah, guys, we're going to jump in. I'm excited, so let's do it.
We are at war.
It was inevitable.
Is that Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, that's how
That
it's
is the sound of inevitability.
Free.
Free.
He's been holding off the spice trade single-handedly. I told him we could shut it down.
That's not free. That's most of Jabba the Hutt's business.
That's what the town wants.
I agree to their terms.
There's a lot of credits to be made from that orange powder.
Let Marshal Vant and the people of Muspelgun.
Freetown is its name now.
Let the people of Freetown know they have my word.
Everyone's correcting everyone that's
He
Freetown.
arrives here with the
Well, it's
reinforcements.
Freetown now.
Like later on.
We're confident.
The people who live here need our protection.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us.
No fucking jerks. They find like one little thing is
Yeah. He's supposed to be in his 70s now, which I guess for that species is like 100 years old.
I have to respond some way. At the very
Cocksucking
least,
mayor.
I should convince the Marshal to remain neutral.
Yes.
Good.
He thinks they were killed by Nikto speedbikers. We left evidence behind to encourage such a conclusion. He meted out his revenge on them. In his mind, the matter is resolved.
I didn't realize the Pike Syndicate was so ruthless.
Pragmatic. They were charging us protection. We have to protect our margins.
Indeed you do. I think I have an idea how to draw Boba Fett out.
He's always pissed off. Yo, Luke's X-Wing.
that's the next one.
Officer! I filed for my new Republic certification seal. Chuck says you were landing. Quite a coincidence, if you ask me.
Hard to, probably flew Grogu there.
Well, what do you know?
Well, look who it is! Aw!
The truce you negotiated with the other families of Mos Espa will ensure that they will remain neutral and allow us to gain the upper hand by surprising the arriving soldiers.
That dog-faced pug motherfucker is not going to keep the fucking troops.
No way.
The Gamorrean
Yeah.
guards are posted in the Tatooine territory at the starport and will alert us if any of the Pike Syndicate forces arrive.
Got our best guys out.
Motherfuckers
Got our
aren't
best guys.
reliable.
Got our best guys on the ground.
What?
He needs to have his helmet on for the most of this finale, if you ask me. Just-
I thought I smelled something. Looking for a job, you're late.
I've already got a job. I'm here to negotiate on behalf of the Pike Syndicate.
I don't negotiate with gutless murderers.
If that's not the quackter calling the stiffling slimy.
Clear out.
I paid Marshal Vanth a visit. You should have never left him without his armor. Let the spice move through Mos Espa, and all this can be avoided.
No. I will only negotiate with the head of the Pike Syndicate.
You mean the one that massacred your Tuscan family and blamed it on a speed bike gang? You know it's true.
Boba.
Do this right here, right now.
He's the fastest shooter in all Star Wars. The way he's holding it.
Your client, negotiations are terminated.
You're going soft in your old age.
We all do.
That was an impressive display of restraint. Exemplary stratagem. If I may be so bold as to offer additional counsel.
There's a guy in high school who used to follow us around and was just like that guy.
Understood. Many pardons. I should never have interjected.
Those little bastards.
Butt-faced motherfuckers.
Robert Rodriguez directed this episode, so it's
time for the Wookiee to have some fun.
Yeah.
Because he ain't dying. Goddamn dog-faced motherfuckers. Why would they be standing so close to the edge?
Does the Pike Syndicate still operate out of Mos Eisley?
Oh, it's difficult to say for certain. Mos Eisley? Yes, now that I think of it, indeed they do. More specifically, the Desert Survey Office.
Can you do that? Can you get there?
Good. That's a precious resource.
Suppose you'll be heading out.
I'm not. It's against the creed. I gave you my word. I'm with you until we both fall.
You really buy into that bent of thought?
I do.
Good.
It benefits me.
We'll both die in the name of honor.
You sure you want to stay?
This is the way.
Read it.
Agreed. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. I, Boba Fett, do present the following offer.
Read it.
Nothing. You will leave this planet. The arid sands of Tatooine will once again flourish with flowered fields fertilized with the bodies of your dead.
This is pretty good. I like this.
I write poetry in my meantime. Hello, asshole.
Yeah.
Always change the direction of that shit when you're flying.
I don't know.
I mean, it's cool, but how do you do it?
I don't think there'd be a way. From what I
Not without like hitting something.
Yeah. I know there's
like some kind of chip or something in your brain.
I know there's some really rigorous training for it for Mandalorians, but Boba didn't go through that. That's cool.
The knee rocket.
I know Beskar can't take like multiple hits. It's kind of like, you know.
The people of Freetown.
The bartender.
Yeah, this bartender's leading the way.
Sorry about the Marshal.
Gunned him down in cold blood.
Not dead. Well, he is dead.
Didn't have to come here.
Yes, we did. The planet deserves better.
He's got some wounds on him, but...
Yeah, at least we're actually hitting things other than the bandolier.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Santo. I have to confess, I thought you were gone.
Santa.
You're a nice long soak in the back of the tank when this is done.
They're falling back!
I look like droidicas.
Wouldn't it piss you off to think you could have been shooting them already?
Yeah. I don't know. Think Goku's gonna be standing there?
Definitely not gonna. It wouldn't have worked. It's not.
Yeah. Well, I know their shields can only take so much, but I think you need like 10 of those things in the same spot.
The Darksaber. Oh. I can't leave. I can't leave Mandalore like this.
Don't those look like they're not like he's wearing them?
It does.
Doesn't help a spin, Zakk. You got a problem with that spin?
I do.
You don't do that when you shoot deer?
What was the point?
You're not up in the tree stand doing that?
Yeah, choreographed move. Like that man was sitting in his house, time after time, spinning around.
I found you! I got a surprise for you!
Rickshaw, man. Dude, that dust would be kicking back like crazy.
You fucking a false!
Going faster than the speeder chase.
He looks like it, doesn't it?
Look who's here!
Hey.
Oh. Okay, little guy. I'm happy to see you too. I didn't know when I'd see you again.
The puppet is so good.
Okay. Yeah. I missed you too, buddy.
He chose him.
But, hey, that's the shirt.
Mithril.
The shirt.
Mithril.
It's weird. It's funny. It's weird to hear him call it a shirt. What about her? The pit droids, they just pulled it out.
Guess who's fucked?
Who's fucked? I don't know, David. He's gonna be fucked. What's interesting?
Absolutely. Just standing around.
Dude, get the hell out of there. As soon as you hear any gunfire, who sticks their head out the window?
Look at this guy running his little marketplace.
He doesn't want to get Rancors are heavily armored, too. Now he comes in. I couldn't in good conscience do that.
What?
I'm just kidding. Go in when he's weak.
Save a baby.
I couldn't save a baby.
Hamster ball.
Oh shit.
What for? Bartender looks pretty relieved. Oh, yeah.
Nice head tails. Come on, get behind me, pretty face. Pelly's got you covered.
I was going to eat it. Oh.
There it is. I hate fire!
He just like glug.
I've known you a long time, Boba. One thing I can't figure. What's your angle?
This is my city. These are my people. I will not abandon them.
Like the Tuscans.
Don't toy with me. I'm not a little boy any longer. And you are an old man.
I'm still faster than you.
But I have armor.
Let's find out.
I love his blasters.
How's about the time you jet off to your back to tank?
Keep bringing up the back to tank.
Steady!
You gave it a shot. You tried to go straight, but you've got your father's blood pumping through your veins. You're a killer. This isn't the first time I beat you out on a job. Consider this my final lesson. Look out for yourself. Anything else is weakness.
Did he block with his arm guard?
Oh, he rolled up and it blasted into his shoulder. Metal plate you telling me about?
Yeah. Dude, he stabbed his ass.
He's dead.
It's cool that.
I love his gaffies.
Yeah. That was just a great story and how he got it too. I mean, he's got so much stuff you haven't seen, and they can fill it in, obviously. 30 years, but...
King Kong shit.
Yeah.
That alone would have... The impact.
What if he can bite your neck?
And it's not very far off either.
Oh.
You can get a whole body in there, but... How he walks is so funny.
You walk like
he's like strutting.
You walk like my gym teacher did back in the day.
Like strutting.
Yeah.
Some Crocodile Dundee shit. You seen the original one?
I have.
Into this yak or like a water bison.
It's kind of like Beast Tame, except he's going to sleep.
Serves him right. Look at those cankles. I don't think he's gonna make it.
I thought he's gonna make it. He's gonna have his spin-off series.
You should take a nice soak in the back to tank.
It's being used.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, say he promised it to Santo.
We are not suited for this.
What's it all for then?
Yeah, dude, come on now.
I changed my mind. Let's go.
Hey, it's Cobb.
I'm glad he's not dead. I mean, I clearly thought he was shot in the shoulder, too. The mod guy.
What's he prepping for? Still in a tank. Is it just getting hot?
You just
Make
wait.
sure it works.
I'm just waiting for that moment.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
That was our reaction. Now,
yeah.
we're going to listen to Shane gush about it.
That was the finale. It was definitely a Robert Rodriguez action-centric episode, I have to say. I thought most of the action was pretty good.
No, the action was well done in this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, the speeders were still just as slow as ever.
He did a better service to them than...
Well, because you didn't have a prolonged chase with them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you also had Fennec Shan's speeder bolting off.
Yeah.
Which gave a little credence to the fact that, okay, these fucking scooters are slow.
Yeah.
This thing is fast.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a pretty good finale. I mean, I
liked it.
The heights of the previous episodes were really good, but in terms of capping off the story, I mean, him riding a Rancor, that's some great spectacle right there. And
yeah,
Cad
I just
Bane,
don't see that thing being that versatile. I mean, I guess when they're young, they might be different.
Yeah, the Witches of Dathomir used them.
But they're riding them. How do they gallop? Like,
I don't know. They're in the books. I can't remember. I mean,
if it's just
they
riding it, you can ride a lot of things.
Well, they ride
don't
them
move very fast, man.
They ride and they terrorize. And there is a character that's very closely connected to Boba that rides one that you'll see later on. And it's not quite as spectacular, but it's pretty on the same line.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think, man?
I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah. What do you think of Cad Bane?
It was cool. It was cool to see. I always loved the Western.
I thought it was really good. Yeah, I think their stuff was some of my favorite stuff, and it's
the confrontation at the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
you haven't seen all the Clone Wars, but
no, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that they point out that I'm not a boy anymore.
Yeah, you can
You're
get
an old man.
Yeah, Jenga actually takes Cad under his wing when he was younger, and then Cad Bane takes Boba Fett under his wing, and then they turn on each other. And I should have brought it in. There's a previs, which is like before they finalize the art of Cad versus Boba Fett, when they betray each other, and it's a canceled episode of the Clone Wars after the Disney acquisition. But they have released it, and they went on to say it's canon. But they shoot each other, and Cad Bane gets shot in the head. That's why he's got that metal plate. And then
Boba gets the ding.
Yeah, Boba gets the ding. The original previs kind of leads believers to believe that Cad Bane's dead, but then he shows up. I mean, I already told you he shows up in the Bad Batch, and you know he's obviously still alive, so it's not a spoiler.
Well, he's definitely probably dead after this.
Yeah, I think he has to be, and it's right that Boba did it because they've had that thing going since the Clone Wars.
Yeah. And it was cool to see the New Zealander fighting. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, me either.
So, but the Gappies, they coming in, but him having that moment.
Yeah.
As a New Zealander in that fucking fighting.
It was good, and I bought it. I bought the quickness and everything of it. You know, we didn't talk about it, but we did talk about the line Fennec said that when she says, "Oh, the Nectos don't have that type of manpower," and then they never addressed it. But they didn't have that type of manpower. It was the Pikes. They set them up, and Boba just slaughtered them all. They're just going on. They're just riding in the sunset.
Didn't like him anyway.
Probably just gonna go steal some water. You know what I mean?
Well, he's just tired of it. They're fucking up his plan either way.
Either way, you're right.
So either way, maybe he was thinking, well, even if they didn't do it,
I
want them gone.
That's a pretty good impression. In the name of honor, I definitely saw like kind of the honor versus dishonor, Boba versus Cad Bane, and how they are, and Cad Bane's ideology, and him thinking like, "Hey, I know you, boy. I knew your father. You're trying to go straight, and it's not going to last, or it's not going to work."
Mm-hmm. Well, they show that at the end of the series, though.
Yeah.
He's like, "This isn't for us."
Yeah. So I'm like, "What the hell?" You know.
What was it all for? I guess they just cleaned up the planet, and they can leave Cobb in charge.
That's a good idea. He could be the mayor of everything.
Yeah, and then they can just go, and he's in charge of Tatooine.
Yeah.
And Boba and Fennec have their grand adventers.
Yeah.
Off into the sunset.
Yeah. Obviously, those cocksuckers, the three families, the Aquawish, the Trandoshans, and who else they were. They didn't honor the neutrality agreement. Those cocks.
You knew they weren't going to.
Yeah, I knew they wouldn't.
Especially that pug-faced motherfucker. You know he wasn't going to. No ugly son of a bitch like that is going to be... Like, I consider him uglier than the fucking Weequay guy that's like the bartender. Isn't he a Weequay?
Yeah.
Yeah. That motherfucking pug is uglier than that, man.
They're ugly.
One's wrinkly, but one is fucking butt ugly.
Butt ugly, literally.
Butt fucking ugly.
And we know Luke said in the last episode, "Hey, I'm not really training this kid. He's just starting to remember everything."
Yeah.
And I do believe that his training was probably never completed because he was still a Padawan.
Well, it's nice to see that they're not just continuing the same old fucking shit. Like, okay, Yoda trained Luke. Now Luke trains Yoda. Now you have another Yoda.
Luke trained Baby Yoda. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, we don't need it.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that he's kind of gone the rogue
a different
faction.
way.
He's not like a dark Jedi, but he's just
Yeah,
a rogue Jedi. He's like an opportunist.
Yeah.
He's traveling with the Mandalorian and
got
his little mithril shirt.
I liked it too, and it's a good subversion. Because I mean, I know you haven't seen all the new movies, but I guess my weird problem with it is, and I said this in a comment to a fan, it's weird to me that Luke is kind of acting the way of the prequel Jedi, and that was one of the contributing factors to their downfall. And I know things don't work out so well for Luke later on, but I think, I mean, he has a connection to his sister, to Han, to the Republic. I mean, he's fighting for his friends. And he was fighting for them on Endor. He was fighting for them on the Death Star too.
Yeah, well, it's not like one rigid practice is what won the war.
Yeah,
there were a lot of contributing factors. So
yeah,
he's in a transition.
He's in a
period of transition.
Yeah,
it's a phase from the Jedi, from the old to the new.
Yeah, I hope because what did Yoda say? He says, the first of the new Jedi you will be.
Yeah.
So just like, I think he needs to act like it.
But he's not going to have the history of the old Jedi. He's not going to remember all that shit unless he picked up some holocrons and everything and starts learning from those. But he's not going to have the rigidity passed down from people that he knew.
Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan was pretty lax by the time things came around. He strikes out, well, yeah, I lied.
You can't have sex.
Yeah, no, he didn't say anything like that. He's just like, certain things you cling to,
yeah,
it's a point of view. So he's like, I lied, but it's for a good reason. So
yeah. So
and Yoda is the one that's like speaking in riddles and
like
he's like not putting up with any shit. Whereas Obi-Wan put up with some little bit of shit.
Yeah,
kind of old, worn out, but Yoda is like old and cranky.
Yeah.
So making shitty stew in his fucking hut.
He's like, yeah. Yes. I imagine within the years of Star Wars we'll have a Luke story. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the movies you haven't seen. So I feel like, to me, that's kind of a weird problem. But I still love seeing him. And I think maybe Grogu could be a contributing factor to him changing, hey, listen, I don't need to be like the prequel Jedi that just fucking all died out because of that very reason. Maybe we can, be a little more lax. It seemed to me that's what Ben Kenobi and Yoda was kind of hinting at, I mean, the only instance we had is when Yoda tried to get him not to leave Dagobah. To kind of let go of his friends, but that was really...
He tried to get him to complete his training.
Yeah. Anyways, that aside, I really like this episode. Like you, I don't know all the Westerns like you do, but I can see the influence.
I don't know all of them, but I know...
Yeah.
Those fucking Gamorreans, man. Like, why are they right next to a cliff? These goddamn fat pig bastards that you can't trust in any other episode they're in.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden... They're your lookouts.
Yeah.
And somehow they end up on the wrong side of the fucking tracks. Literally. And they're 30 feet from the cliff edge. And they just get driven off by a few blades. And they just fall. Some dramatic death they didn't deserve. I'm sorry. But the Gamorreans could have been wiped from the series completely. And they would have been... It's nothing but a frustration with these fat pig bastards.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the stuff I liked about them was making fun of some of the story stuff that had to do with them.
Exactly. So, like the plot holes. Yeah. Had to do with them.
Like then show them up late outside the...
So maybe it can just be something that's rich.
Sanctuary.
Just like the stormtrooper that smashed his head in the original trilogy and now all of a sudden it just rings throughout the entire series.
Yeah. It was cool to see basically the next generation of the Droidekas. I mean, they're basically big Droidekas and...
They definitely seem like an update of the technology.
Yeah, except they're not capable of moving as quickly.
Yeah, so, they're a little more lumbering.
Yeah, it's normally consistent in the Star Wars universe. Like big droids are slower than small droids, even though Well,
it makes sense because you're moving so much more mass.
Yeah.
And weight.
Yeah.
And it looks like they operate on servo motors, and basically like battery power.
Yeah.
Versus hydraulics, whereas I wouldn't say hydraulics would produce much more. I don't know how the fucking Droidekas do that bit.
Some kind of...
I guess they have a gyroscope deal.
Kind of like a BB-8 or something.
Maintain their balance and shit.
Yeah.
And they seem much more superior in terms of... if you just had a bunch of those...
Yeah, they would have killed the Jedi. For sure.
Yeah, just fucking spend your money. Make an army of these things.
Yeah.
And...
Well, Palpatine might have been mitigating...
Well, he probably would have.
All right, we don't want them to be too strong.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't got a lot to say. I like this series. I don't really go in for, it's a series doesn't know its identity. You know what I mean?
No, I think they obviously had a gambit, and that was to the Mandalorian culture.
Yeah.
Like they're establishing Boba with Mando. Like you really believe that banter fodder.
Yeah.
And that interaction between him and what's his name?
Din
Djarin.
Yeah.
So you have that's being established between them, and obviously him and Fennec Shand at the end are saying, well, "This isn't for us."
Yeah.
So they're carrying it on, and giving you a story there because you never really got much Boba Fett. So this is a very big leap in the terms of.
No, I agree, and for the most part, at least with all his stuff, I loved it.
I liked
especially the flashback in his series as a whole. I'll say now, I don't think it reaches like the complete heights of The Mandalorian, but I mean that's an incredible show. I thought this was an extremely good show with some incredibly high moments. And I don't got anything else. That's it.
That's it.
Guys, thank you so much for watching a reaction. If you like us, you want to support us, just like and subscribe. Hit that notification. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think. And we're out of here. Make sure you guys join us for Clone Wars and all the other Star Wars stuff that's coming out.